Jerry, you'll have to unmute.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Jerry Ziegenfuss, and I'm calling in from sunny Florida, and I'm happy to welcome all of you to our Monday morning miracle call. I'm also sending a special welcome to all our new people on the call, and you will soon hear why we call this a miracle call. And please, if you have any miracles, which are your results, please speak up, because everyone that is talking today is going to be helping somebody out there. I mean, we may not even have heard of your result, and what you tell us really, really, really helps in our quest for healing. So we want you to raise your hand, and to do that, if you haven't been on here, on your computer screen on the bottom, there's a reaction button, and you just hit that to raise your hand. And I know on the iPhones and the iPads, it's a little bit different, so you have to look around. And if you don't mind limiting your testimonies to about 30 seconds to a minute, that will help us have time to hear from everybody that's going to be telling us these wonderful stories. And if you have more later, that's okay. Just raise your hand again later. And we like to stay compliant. What that means is we don't mention diseases. We like to mention symptoms. You can explain what you're going through. And when you're doing that, let us know what patches you're using and what your results have been. We all want to listen to you. So we like to give the first 15 minutes to our granddaddy patch X39. And as you listen in, the new people especially, you'll see why we limit the first 15 minutes to X39, because it can help a multitude of problems from all of us. So as I mentioned about staying compliant, we don't claim to cure, treat, diagnose, or prevent any condition. Also, if you have questions, there's so many people on here. So just ask your questions away, and I'm sure somebody will be able to come in and answer your questions. So to start off today, Jen, you're first. Please unmute and let's hear from you.
Thank you. Thank you. I had X39, but I added one to it. I hope that's okay. But I use the X39 and 49 every day. I've been probably using them for almost 3 years now. But I had a real problem the other day with my left eye. It was really itchy, scratchy. I thought I'd done something, harmed it. So I made an appointment and I went to an eye doctor, got her to look at it. And she says, no, you just need to put more drops on. Well, I've been putting drops on. That didn't do anything. So she didn't help me. So I came home with the X39 I always use. I put a carnosine also right here. So I hope it's okay that I'm sharing that. In that one day, it went immediately, and I've had zero recurrence. So I wanted to share that with everybody because I heard some stories last night about eyes.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. I did too. And thank you for that, because there were so many with eyes. So thank you for sharing. Next up, we have Heather. Please unmute and let us hear from you.
Hi.
Hi.
So I've been on X39 for about 7 weeks, and I had amazing results all through.
Wow.
And at the 7-week mark, I got up and I sat on the floor on the pillow and started to meditate. And it was the first time that I had done that in maybe 20 years.
Wow.
I had been very, very vigilant with my meditation and my yoga practice. And I would say about 20 years ago, I started to go down in a different path. I just was losing my dreams and everything was going down a bit, but very, very surprised that I got up 4 o'clock, sat, did my practice, got very enthused about starting my domain again, my website, and coming back to life.
Oh, wonderful,
So
wonderful.
That's my X39 story.
And you said it's only been about 7 weeks?
It's 7 weeks. It's 7 weeks. I had a lot of other major stuff to take care of. The body did. And now we're getting into the subtle areas. And so dreams are coming back online. So I'm happy
Wonderful
about that.
results. Yes, dreams really, we've heard so much. So thank you for sharing that one. We don't have any hands up right now. So I'm going to tell you a story that just happened to me. I took a terrible fall. I'll explain it because we need to be brief, but I was on a carpet. The one foot went up when I was trying to take a shoe off. I went backwards. I hit into this wooden, great big cabinet, hit my head, my shoulder, my arm, slid down on the wood, got my foot turned underneath me with my ankle turned this way, and my other hand went underneath me. And I sat there for probably 5 minutes or more till I could go with the pain. It was so bad. And to make it short, I mean, I had to go wash my hair because I knew if I didn't do it right then, I wouldn't be able to get it done afterwards. So after I came out, I went and I put X39. I was already purple. Put X39 on my fingers, my hand, my top, and the other places that I had hurt. 30 minutes later, I had no pain. The next day, my bruising, you couldn't even see it. I had a little bit of bruising on the hand. I still have this one here, but all the blue and purple is gone. So I also contribute the fact that I've been on the patches for 3 years, and that is why I didn't break any bones, because a lot of you know I fractured my pelvis in 2 places, but in 3 weeks the bone was growing back, and in 6 weeks it was all engulfed, so in new bone. So I just wanted to throw that out there to let you know, persistence, consistency, stay with the patches, and your body is going to be, I mean, strong. I mean, I can't believe I look like a rag doll, and that I didn't break any bones is just amazing. So please, everyone, stay on the patches. So, Sunshower, please give us your share today.
That's a great story, Jerry.
Thank
Very
you.
inspiring. Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, I have a few, I've been around the LifeWave block for, gosh, it's going on 5 years now.
Wow.
And I've used X39 consistently. I'm a good girl and good student, and I use that thing every day. And as you may or may not know, since you're new, it seems that these little X39s are very intuitive. So the energy of them goes where it's needed most first. So, a person might say, well, I want this thing to fix my elbow, when in fact they have a heart condition. So I just wanted to throw that part out because you might think, well, this thing isn't working at all, when it's working diligently on where it's needed most, and as I've heard it said, most life-threatening. So my quick 2 stories are, and the famous one that a lot of you already know, is after 2 years of wearing the X39 consistently on my C7, just behind me, I have one on right now. What I was not able to do for 72 years was smell. And now I can smell. So it was working on other things as well, but kind of behind the scenes, it was working on my smeller. So another quick story would be lymph nodes. Sometimes your lymph nodes swell up, and I remember one time it was hard to chew. It just really hurt. If I swallowed it just hurt me. So I put that thing, I slapped it right on the lymph node. And within 20 minutes, the swelling was down. It didn't hurt near as much. And I could swallow and chew, and all was well.
Wow. Wonderful stories. Thank you so much for your share. Orla, please unmute. What do you have to tell us today?
Is that okay? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Right. I've been on the patches now for about 7.5 months. And I fell, and because I have a balance problem, and fractured my sacrum. And I was on the patches about a month yet when I did that. And in 14 days, I had no more pain, which
Wow.
was interesting. So I went to the orthopedist because I had an appointment with him that week, and told him I was healed, and he Said, no, he said it takes 6 to 7 months to heal. I said, well, I'm healed. He said, no, he said, history shows that it takes 6 to 7 months. So anyway, he said, let's look at your x-ray. So I looked at my x-ray and he said, well, this is a bad x-ray. I can't tell what's going on. He said, call me if you need me. And he left the room. I thought it was quite funny.
I know these doctors that we have to deal with, right, Orla? I mean, as
Yeah.
Robin says, we say, maybe in your world it doesn't happen, but in our world it does.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Jonathan, please unmute. What do you have for us today?
Just real quick, I wanted to, because I was inspired by the young lady saying that she was wearing it for 7 weeks. I started 4.5 years ago. Lavelle introduced this to me, and my problem was, and I was told I could say this, my blood pressure. I can say
Right.
that, right? Okay.
Right.
So I read the clinical studies, and they said they had great results with it. And I'm like, well, let me try it. Okay. And it was actually within 6 weeks, but I set my doctor's appointment for 8 weeks because my wife had to work. Within the 8 weeks of me wearing just the X39, there were days that I couldn't take my blood pressure medicine because I would drop so low. I introduced this to my cardiologist. He took me off my medication that I had been on for almost 16 years. Okay.
Wow.
That was just the beginning. But just real quick, 1.5 years later, during this time, I had a problem with my ticker. It ticked in different ways instead of being steady.
Right.
1.5 years later, it ticked regular, and now it's been ticking that way since then. My cardiologist didn't believe. She kept saying she was going to do this surgery on me. I'm like, hold on, just give it a chance. And since then, I feel like I'm 41, I'm 61. I just feel great. I don't want to take up any more time, but see, there it is. You just got to stick with it because it takes time. It takes you time for your body to break down. You don't feel it. Oh, I don't feel, but things are going wrong. You need to stick with it so you won't ever feel those feelings.
Right. Thank you so much, Jonathan. It does take time, so we know that. Thank you. Allie, please unmute. Lovely to have you.
Hi. I have lots of dramatic stuff, but first I wanted to mention something that I heard Dr. Barber say. Only 10% of your nerves register feeling.
Right.
So when people say, but I don't feel anything and they quit using it, just have that awareness. When I started using the patches 2 years ago, I was a member of a group we all had silver hair. And if you can, my hair is getting darker and darker every day. Also, my fingernails used to be, they would bend and they'd break easily. Now I can't even file them because they're so strong. I couldn't even use my nail clipper. I had to find a pair of scissors so I could cut my nails. So keep using them.
Right. There we have it again, everybody, especially our new people, please. Consistency. That is the name of the game. So good morning, Lavelle. Unmute and please share.
Good morning. Hi, how are you? Happy
Fine.
Monday.
Happy Monday to you.
So yeah, I've been on the products actually for 4.5 years. Just like Jonathan said, I introduced him and we have so many stories, but this morning I woke up around 6 and Pacific Standard Time because I live here in California. And we have a new puppy and we had her in her cage and so okay, let me let her out because she's moving around. So I let her out in our backyard. And then I let her back in. And for some reason, I don't know, something must have me. Because all of a sudden, I just started feeling like, oh man, what is this? Itch, itch, itch. So I popped on this glutathione and that itch went away.
Thank
Like
you. And you're right
like-
on the 15-minute mark of Lavelle. So that's perfect. So thank you. So yes, anybody else wants to share about the other patches, please do that too. So we will be starting again with Myrna. Please unmute.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm driving, but I can't help but I want to share regarding my son. He's 30 years old, and you know, this guys, he doesn't believe in the patch. I've been using the patch for like 3 years, and he's seen the difference in me. But a month ago, he was complaining of knee pain to the fact that he cannot walk. So he was not able to come to work. And so then I ran out of patches. So I gave him the X13, no, not the X, the energy enhancer. I said, put this on the bottom of the feet. So he did. I put it on him. And then he was able to work with pain. And then the following day, he woke up. He said, Mom, I cannot work. It's really bothering me a lot. So he said, I want to go to the emergency room. So I took him, and the doctors did x-rays and did a lot of blood work, because I thought also he has gout or arthritic pain. And then, but no, he didn't have that. I know we're not supposed to say, you know, none of that. His the x-ray showed he's got a growth on his knee bone. It's a growth. So then I told him, I was looking at my purse and I found an X39. So then I put the X39 right where the pain was. Mind you, he was not able to work for already 3 days when I put the X39, and he was referred to orthopedic doctors, to the specialist. But I said, no, just put this on. And so then I said, don't take Tylenol or Motrin or no pain medications. Let's see if this works. I put it on him at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And at night, he said, Mom, look at me. I can stand. And he was able, I said, put it on until tomorrow morning. So he was able to work the following day, and until now, I said, continue on using it. Once my X39 arrives, you use it. So he's been using it, but then now he stopped again after a month of using it, but he has no more pain. And he said, Mom, it looks like the bone growth is gone. I said, see, I'm telling you. So that's it, X39. Thank you.
A testimony to our Wonder Patch. Thank you, Myrna. Heather, would you like to share again?
Sure.
You're
I
unmuted.
think I'm not.
You're
okay.
you're okay.
I'm okay. Yes. So as my energy increased with the X39, I was able to practice 15 minutes of intense stretches and step backs from yoga, and my stamina increased, my strength increased. And when I couldn't walk very much initially, I could walk. So that's it in a nutshell. I had a serious illness and couldn't walk much. And the X39 made that big difference.
Wow. You've had a lot in 7 weeks. Thank you so much. Mara Ava, would you please unmute and tell us what you have to share with us today?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I had a bone density test last week, and I don't know if I can say of osteoporosis.
No, you can explain it.
Okay.
Explain the
So
disease.
I have, well, I just said it, but so my bones are very stiff. And so I've been on the patches, it'll be 3 years in September. And my bones have gotten a lot stronger. And so the stiffening in my bones has decreased tremendously. And I just got off the phone with the medical assistant from my doctor.
I'm going in the restroom. I hope she don't call me because I've been asked questions about.
Would Samsung please mute? Appreciate it. Mara, have you only been on the X39 or have you had the other patches too?
No, I've been on a lot. X39, Ice Wave, Eon, Glutathione, not all every day, but I definitely wear the X39 and Eon pretty much every day. Sometimes just X39.
My question to you would be, since I've had the results like amazing with my bones, do you also incorporate X49?
No, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would suggest
that's
that.
the big
It's
one.
been a miracle thing for me. So
Okay, great.
Okay.
So I'm thrilled. Just
Yeah.
completely thrilled.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope it gets better sooner.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Diane, would you please unmute and share?
Good morning. I
Morning.
have a friend who has had blood sugar level problems for many years and is on medication. And he has been using the Performance Bundle for 2 months, and his blood sugar levels seem to be very low and level no matter what he eats now,
Oh, wow.
like 88, 86, something like that every morning.
Mm-hmm. I do know that the carnosine has brought my dad's numbers down too. So that,
Oh, good
yeah.
to know.
Yes, and that's in the
Thank you.
YH trio. So thank you for sharing that. So,
Thank you.
do we have any more hands today? Are we shy today? No, we have what, 130 people on there. Can we be hearing from anybody else? Until we do, I just want to let you know we had well, that's okay. Lavelle, you want to share again? Please unmute and come on in.
I sure can. I just got off the phone with Vilma Pasadas. She's originally from the Philippines. She's a classical pianist, and she had curly fingers.
Yes,
Are you there, Vilma?
yes.
This is Vilma. Vilma's going to share her story. Go right ahead, Vilma.
Hi, Velma. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I'm so excited to tell you my story because it's unbelievable. It's an answered prayer. I had those curly fingers and I told the Lord, I prayed, I said, Lord, nothing is impossible with you. You
Right.
can even raise the dead. And this is just curly fingers, Lord. So and then I said, and then all of a sudden, I called them my angels. Lovell and Miche called me out of the blue, like we haven't seen each other. I haven't heard from them for like 10 to 15 years, right, Lovell?
It's about that, yeah.
And they called me, and through Miche said, "Oh my gosh, all my fingers are curly." I was screaming. I said, "Order it right now, right now." And Lovell came to my house. To make the long story short, the pain was so bad. You know, I'm a piano teacher, and I told the Lord that's my gift of music, and my life depends on my hands. And so he put the X39 on the back of my neck, Ice Wave patches on the point of pain, my finger, and he counted 10 seconds and the pain was gone in 10 seconds. And that was the 10-second effect, right? And after that, I did not use any more no painkillers, of course. And my hand now is not curly anymore, it's straightened up. So that was the
Thank you so much for sharing. Beautiful story. Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Sunshire.
Hi again, everybody. Well, you know what? I think I'll share about what my sponsor, Jana, who I think she's on this morning, had told me about, and now she wasn't the first to come up with this, but she knew about it and it helped. And I think she was brand new to LifeWave when this happened. So as a homeopath, people come to her with lots of issues. So this one lady came and had had a stroke. Oops, was I able to say that? Oops.
Oops.
She had one of those things. Well, I already said it. So, Jonna was, as I said, kind of new to LifeWave, but she knew about our hat protocol. And she had a hat with the patches in the certain positions. And she put the hat on the woman who apparently she was able to talk and walk pretty good now, but after 2.5 years, but she wasn't able to write. And she goes, if I could just write my name. And so the hat was put on the woman's head. And in about, I think she said 10 minutes or so, the woman said, let me just have that piece of paper over there and a pen. And she wrote her name and everybody in the room went into tears. So the hat protocol is actually on Live Younger products, right, Jerry?
Well, you can also find it on Live Younger Success under resources. So there's multiple places.
Multiple ways you can find this. But you would put, we have energy enhancers, which is a duo set, which I use all the time. If I know I need energy one day, right here under the clavicle area is a really good place for that, or under your feet on kidney 1. But for this case, in the hat, so 2 sets, okay? So left and right, so there's 2 for each, so a total of 4. Here and here, here and here, shows you which to put where, you know, the white or the tan, and then the glutathione on the Eon. And if you really want some results, stick another X39 on the top. Just watch your results.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Wow. And we have 2 more shares and we'll stop after Christina because we're almost at the bottom of the hour. So Casey, please unmute and let's hear from you.
Oh, but I don't know if my hands is raised.
Casey, are you there? There you are.
Okay, there we go. I just have a real quick story. Last week, I was sweeping off the patio and I noticed a long mound of dirt. And I went to check it out. And those of you who are familiar with the South and have heard of fire ants, I took a broom trying to sweep them away, but those little boogers are so fast, they immediately covered my feet and were crawling up my ankles and bit me so many times, I can't tell you. So I quickly got them off, shushed them off, ran into the house, put Eon all over my toes, my ankles and everything. The pain was so, I don't know how little things like that could hurt so much. But within about 20 minutes, the pain was gone and the swelling, I couldn't believe how my ankles swelled up so quickly. But within 20 minutes, all was good.
Thank you so much.
Rescue.
I know those red ants are something else. Okay, I said we were going to end with Christina, but we'll go with the 2 more people up till Michelle, and then we'll get to the bottom of the hour. So please, Christina, share.
Good morning. I'll tell 2 stories. After Sunshower told hers, I thought I would share. We were doing a meeting one morning, and this little gal put her patch on, and
Christina, you muted yourself somehow. There you go.
Thank you. Anyways, she had been having problems with writing, and she didn't put her X39 on that day. She decided to wait, and she put her X39 on, and she said, I can't believe it. I can write my name. So I don't know what that was all about, but she said it's been like that for years. But the reason I wanted to get on here is my daughter has another share. Here's Brianna.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. So when I was younger, I was really active and I was able to do, hiking and anything that I really liked. And whenever I was in my 20s, I went to work one day and had to hike a bunch of stairs. And what ended up happening is I hurt a muscle in my knees, and I haven't been able to really outside of just a regular walk, do any sprinting or running or jogging because it hurts my knees. And so when my mom introduced me to the patches, I started using the X39 on my just above my kneecap. And I've been able to go, like, I just do a regular stretch before I go, and then I go out walking or hiking or running, and I'm not having any issues with those muscles. It's been really awesome to be able to be active again.
Oh, we're so happy for you, Christina. Thank you. And if you can, Samsung that wants to share, please keep your share to maybe 30 seconds because we're past the bottom of the hour. Please.
It's me. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Welcome.
I wanted to share as well as ask the question. The question is more important than the share since we're out of time. I have a daughter who's had a medical surgical procedure of the female nature, and I want to best use my patches to support her. And can you recommend how I could place the patches on her? I have X39, X49, thioglutathione, carcinine, and Alavita.
Since we don't know exactly the medical condition, do we have, is Dr. Tom on here or, you know, they're all going to help her. We're not exactly sure what's going on. And placement, you know, you have a lot of places. X39 works anywhere you put it. And a lot of them go with the acupuncture points. You can Google that. Gregory, are you on? Do
Hey,
you have
Jerry.
any- Oh, Dr. Tom, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, great
Hi.
question. And I'm a big fan of SP6.
Right.
X39 and X49 together. So the performance bundle, you can put them front and back under the belly button at the base of the spine, and then create a little Faraday cage as well. You might want to try an energy enhancer and or ice wave at the pelvic bones.
Okay,
You
so
can do
3 of
both
them
front
I
and back.
don't have.
And SP6 is fantastic for hormone balance. We don't
Yes.
actually say that out loud very much, and the company doesn't market it that way. But it's fantastic for women going through the change of life, and it's really nice for folks who have irregularities and other things. And you can actually put SP6 right at the perineum.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And SB6 is phenomenal, but I didn't even mention it because she doesn't have it. So with what she had, I was trying to decide.
Yeah, there's no
Sam-
wrong way to do it. So consistency is key. Play
Right.
around with it and keep track, and be in touch with the person who shared with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sure
You're
thing.
welcome. Okay.
you.
And we'll end up with you. Can you condense your share? Unmute.
Hi, everybody.
There you
Okay,
are.
I finally figured it out.
Okay.
Quick share. I had a dentist appointment earlier this week and I had some molar break off and some roots removed. So when I got home, I put on an Eon patch right over the spot to help with inflammation. But then as the anesthetic wore off, I put on ice wave. So I put the brown here and I kind of was trying to figure out the white. And eventually I could feel like it was like pain to the front. So I put the white on the other side of the upper gum where it was in a line and left it on. I was out of pain. You know, I could sort of feel it, but left it on overnight. And by the next morning, 0 swelling and 0 pain. So that was my most recent share.
Thank you. And so, and what y'all just said to all of us is you just go around looking to where it might go. She felt the pain going this way and she put it here. It's all a great big experiment. So thank you for sharing, Michelle. And before we go to Gregory, I just wanted to touch base with those of us that are researchers or are really into LifeWave, the copper peptides and everything going on. If you did not know, Dr. Lauren Picard passed away last month. He was really into research and development, and where we are today, he has brought us there because he studied the GHKU copper peptide and brought us to where we are. And I think David took a lot from him because he's mentioned a lot in our studies of everything we do with clinical. So with that, Gregory, could you bring us down?
Yeah, and just to follow on that, I know that David just totally loved and admired Dr. Picard's work and really felt he should have gotten, and maybe he still will. I don't know if they give out Nobel Prizes after people pass, but he deserves one for his 40 plus years of research, which David was then able to take forward and create the X39 patch. So it's really the collaboration between the two of them, Dr. Picard's research and understanding of the importance of copper peptide in so many different bodily functions, biochemical, biological functions, that David zeroed in, goes, we need a patch that activates copper peptide, and X39 was born. And some of us who were at the last conference heard David say it was an answer to a prayer, because back in 2017, the company wasn't doing so well. You know, he was really challenged, and he was, you know, and he literally on his knees asked God for some guidance, inspiration, action, and he got the idea to create the X39 patch. So X39 is not just an answer to our prayers. It was an answer to David's prayer and many others. So we're really blessed to be with this company. In wrap up, I'm just going to share my screen real quick because I want to make sure everybody knows about this time limited promotion that just came out this morning. Right, if you haven't already purchased your Alavita Revive Eye Cream, or if you have and you need more, right now for this week only, if you buy or spend $295 worth of products, and that includes a silver kit, my understanding. So if you're bringing in a new person or you're upgrading, you know, from one package to another, if you're spending $295, you get a free Alavita Revive Eye Cream. That's kind of a tongue twister in there to put those together. But so that should be in your inbox. And it's good for all of this week and probably ends Sunday evening sometime. So I just want to let everybody know about that. And really excited to share some other news and information with you tonight on tonight's call. It starts at 7 o'clock Mountain Time. And that's the official time zone of Robin and Gregory and Lifeway, because we're in the same Mountain Time zone. So I hope to see many of you, this evening, and have a blessed day. And if you'd like to unmute, now would be a great time to unmute and say your farewells today.
Great job, everybody.
Have a blessed
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for all the great shares.
Great week.
Thank you.
Thank
Jerry.
Everyone.
Thank you.
Good
job, Jerry.
Have a great
Thank
day.
you.
Good job as usual, Jerry.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Good to see you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Love
Tribe. Thank you,
Love Okay.
Tribe.
Bye-bye.
Love Tribe.
Lavelle, I sent you a text.
Okie dokie.
See you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
God
Love
bless.
to everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.